Listen to Kenny.
Listen to Kenny.
Listen to Kenny.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Listen to Kenny. This time we're going to do things a little different. This time I have provided some visuals to go along with the audio. For this episode, we'll be talking about a topic that I'm quite passionate about. This episode, we'll be conversing about Black Lives Matter. I'm going to be talking about some very important yet simple stuff. However, if you're not smarter than a 5th grader, just do your best to keep up. In 2013, after George Zimmerman was acquitted for shooting and killing Trayvon Martin, the movement began with the hashtag Black Lives Matter. But what is any good movement without resistance? The earliest of criticisms were that Black Lives Matter only cared about black people. Well, if you really cared to figure out what Black Lives Matter really was, a quick Google search would suffice. You will find out that Black Lives Matter is an international activist movement originating in the African American community that campaigns against violence and systemic racism towards black people. And yet, it's like I said, what is a great movement without great resistance? From that, All Lives Matter was born. But Kenny, what's wrong with that? Why shouldn't all lives matter? Well, I'm glad you asked. Consider this pie chart. Though it is nowhere near accurate, it serves as a good representation. It would be great if all lives did matter and had the same value, in theory, but in reality, they just simply haven't. Sheesh, Kenny, that's a hot take. How you gonna back that up? Well, how about a quick history lesson? For over 200 years, black people were sold and bought as slaves. For over 100 years, white men wearing white cloaks and white hoods terrorized black families by burning crosses and lynching them. Also, by the way, lynching just became a hate crime in February of 2020. From 1877 to 1965, Jim Crow laws enforced by the police only gave black people half as many rights as their white counterparts. With technological advances from 1991 to present day, police have been caught using excessive force when arresting black people and sometimes killing them. Well, that's okay because we got a new president. He's gonna make America great again, right? Yeah, no. Don't get me wrong, I would love to live in a great America. There's just one small problem. Yeah, that word. Again would imply that America was great before. And as my previous drawing shows, America wasn't such a great place for black people. Even though America's not great now, it's definitely better than it used to be. Well, slow down there, buckaroo. I think you're a little harsh there comparing police officers to KKK members in slavery. They're out there putting their lives on the line to protect us. Hashtag Blue Lives Matter. You know what? You're right. The lives of police officers do matter. Now, if only they had the same regards for black lives. But let's do some research. With another quick Google search, you will find that Blue Lives Matter is a counter-movement in the United States advocating that those who are prosecuted and convicted of killing law enforcement officers should be sentenced under hate crime statutes. It was started in response to Black Lives Matter after the homicides of NYPD officer Rafael Ramos and Wenjin Liu in Brooklyn, New York on December 20th, 2014. In no way, shape, or form do I condone the killing of those officers or any officers for that matter. But to know that Black Lives Matter is combating police brutality, to then play on the name of Black Lives Matter with Blue Lives Matter, is such a dick move. Besides, as a police officer, you hold a position of power. Power that is misused. Power that is supposed to be used to protect, not oppress. Black Lives Matter is more than just a hashtag. It is a way to track history. It is the way to show after slavery, after Jim Crow and the Civil Rights Movement, black people step to fight every day to show that they matter, to show that their lives deserve the same respect as everyone's. And if you still don't understand by now, maybe you're blind or just plain ignorant.